Welcome back everyone, I'm Kplays Games, this is EVE Online, and today we're taking a look at the new player experience which has had yet another update. So let's just bash through the character creation process and get right into the game, shall we? We haven't done a Caldari character before, so we'll do that. Yeah, you know, none of this means anything, so just click right through it. Click randomize appearance until you get something that doesn't look completely ridiculous. That'll do. We'll even pick a randomized name because I'm going to kill this character pretty much straight after I finish recording this. So let's go. Would you like to begin your journey with the tutorial? Yes please.
New Eden. A universe brimming with possibility and rife with adventure. Only the most intrepid capsuleers can conquer its many wonders. Do you have what it takes to become one with the machine? To explore the far reaches of space, carving out a name for yourself among the stars. To become a titan of industry, amassing wealth, power, and prestige as you rise above your rivals. Or to prove your worth in combat, cementing new alliances and vanquishing your foes on your path to glory. For the rare few, immortality awaits. With AIR's Capsuleer training program, you become the architect of your own destiny.
And we're waking up in our escape pod, floating in goop. Now we get to see outside.
Greetings, Captain. I am Aura, your AI companion. I am here to help you find your way through New Eden. Welcome to the first day of your new life as a Capsuleer. I am now transferring your pod into a ship, provided by AIR as part of your Captain, an unidentified communicator. Vectoring escape route. Evacuation sequence initiated. Station hull integrity compromised.
That did not go to plan, did it? Now we're actually in-game.
Captain, this cloning facility was attacked before your capsule could be inserted into a ship. I initiated our evacuation sequence before we reached the hangar to avoid certain death. No need to thank me.
Now this part of the tutorial is the same as it was in the previous version, so if you want to skip ahead I will timestamp to where it changes, but for the rest of you, let's carry on.
This baptism by fire is certainly not what AIR had planned for your first day in a pod. Rest assured, I am here to help.
It's comforting.
I'm unable to identify our attackers, but they are not currently targeting our capsule. This gives us time to locate a ship. Your pod may be able to fly through space, but, like all capsules, it is unarmed. A proper ship comes with proper weaponry. We must scan the debris for a space-worthy vessel.
It's your basic camera movement, hold left click and drag.
Now, let's get a better look at our surroundings.
Or use scroll wheel to zoom in and out.
Ah, there is a ship still capable of flight. An Astero, no less. A fine ship indeed.
So, left click on this.
I have highlighted the navigation section of your display. Use it to approach the ship.
And then left click approach.
Board the Astero now.
And when you get close enough, you can board the ship. Lovely.
Our shields took significant damage in the attack.
That's what this outer red ring is. It should be white. It's red at the minute because it's been destroyed.
The armor is also in need of repair.
And this is the secondary layer of defences, the armour. The one on the inside of the structure. When the structure reaches 0, the ship explodes. So we're half dead. We're fine.
I believe the appropriate idiom for this situation is, we're screwed. Fortunately, the cavalry has arrived. Ships bearing air transponders are approaching our location.
Well, that's good news. And here they come.
This is Balin Ferris, Commander of Air Security. All ships evacuating this cloning facility are advised to rendezvous at emergency coordinates.
I think he needs to fix his microphone.
Several thousand civilians appear to have survived the attack. Let us make haste and join the fleet Commander Ferris is organizing. Your overview will display the ships in your vicinity.
Okay, so rather than clicking things in space, you can click on them in the overview. This makes it much easier. So we'll just left click him here, and then left click approach. And there we go. Simple.
Captain, your vessel looks like it's seen better days. I'll repair you once you're in it.
Commander Ferris, were you able to determine the identity of our attackers?
Negative, Aura. Their transponders were cloaked and their hulls lacked any identifying information. I'd wager this was an act of corporate espionage turned violent. There are a lot of people in New Eden who want to get their hands on Air's technology, whatever the cost.
Hey, that was
Thanks
his
to Commander
remote
Ferris's
repairers.
repairs, our ship is almost as good as new. At his command, we will proceed to the emergency coordinates.
That's what these two blue icons here were signifying, that something was providing remote repairs, and as we see, everything's back to 100%. Beautiful.
All ships enter warp formation.
Now he's going to drag us into warp, because being the commander of the fleet, commanders of the fleet can do that. So the whole fleet is going to jump into warp at the same time.
Warp drive active.
There we go.
We've now arrived at Air's designated emergency evacuation zone. We'll be safe here while we regroup.
And here's all the civilian transports that have joined us.
A spot well chosen. This location's cosmic abnormalities will mask our warp signatures from detection.
That's not a thing that exists in the game. I don't know why they've put it in the tutorial. This is just complete meaningless shit.
But our appreciation of New Eden's natural wonders will have to wait.
Captain, I could use your help. My sensors are picking up a strange signal nearby, but my forces are stretched thin defending the civilian fleet. The cosmic storm likes to play with our sensors, so it could be nothing. But after that attack, I'm not taking any chances.
Okay, so he wants us to approach this thing. Okay, I'll do that. This may take some time. It's a long way away.
Initiating scan of unidentified signal. Captain, hostiles inbound.
We have to defend those unarmed civilian transports. All ships equipped for combat, form up around me.
So we're being told to orbit him, and we'll just very slowly spiral in towards him.
My sensors indicate that these are the same ships that attacked the cloning facility.
And here comes the bad guys. Well, quite a few of them.
Several frigates are breaking away from the pack. They're targeting those civilian ships.
This will be your first combat experience as a capsuleer. Time to show these hostiles what you're truly made of.
Okay, so let's left click to select the enemy. It's telling us to orbit, but I want to approach first. Approach is hidden behind the tooltip. If you click orbit from this distance out, you'll just very slowly spiral in towards them. If you approach, you just go straight towards them. This is one thing they need to fix in the tutorial. It's very misleading. You shouldn't really orbit things from like 40 kilometers out. Okay, now we're in range. Now we'll orbit.
We're too far away, Captain. Thankfully, our ship is equipped with a module that will boost our speed.
She says this is the afterburner.
Activate the afterburner module highlighted on your display. My database of ancient idioms contains a phrase appropriate to our situation. Drive it like you stole it.
This doubles your speed, but will eat some of this capacitor energy.
We're now within range. Lock your target.
Okay, click this to lock the target so we can fire on it. Little progress bar.
Target lock confirmed. Time to hit them where it hurts.
Okay, this is what the locked targets look like. This is the enemy's shield, armor, and hull. So we'll just click our weapons and start firing. So because this is a small fast frigate, I'm going to use
Captain.
this,
Let 'em have it.
which is a webifier, which will slow the target down. So we'll hit it a bit better. Seem to be chewing through it quite well.
Well done, Captain. Now orbit, lock, and fire on the remaining hostiles.
Yeah, and we'll just get rid of the frigates. Web them to slow them down. Orbit them so they can't hit us as much. Keep the speed up. Right, 2 out of 3. That ain't bad. And we'll just orbit it. Web fire it. And fire our weapons. So little damage scroll telling you what's going on. How often we hit, how much damage we do when we hit, how often we take damage, that's the red. And the yellow stuff will be repairs we get from the commander.
Marvelously done, Captain.
That one there.
Combat can be such a glorious experience, especially when you're winning. Another hostile ship incoming. A cruiser this time. It's larger and better armed than those frigates. What an exhilarating way to test your combat abilities.
Let's take a look at this thing. Ooh, mean and moody.
That cruiser is traveling fast. At its current speed.
So again, we're being told to orbit from 1,000,000 miles away. Don't do that. Approach first and then orbit. So we'll approach until we're within about 10 kilometers and then we'll orbit. There we go.
To ensure success, we must lock our target.
I know.
Now's your chance. Activate the webifier.
I have no idea why the tutorial tells you to use a webifier on a slow cruiser and not on the fast frigates, but oh well.
They're trapped in our web, Captain.
Right, now we just open fire and slowly chip away at this. This will take slightly longer because it is a cruiser, it's a larger ship with a larger pool of health points to get through. We'll be fine because the fleet commander is constantly repairing us. We'll be fine. Can't really see what is going on with the rest of the fleet. There's lots of gunfire and status effects and beams and all kinds of stuff going on.
Good job, Captain. You've got potential.
Thanks.
Shit. 2 battleships breaking away from the enemy fleet. They're stopping the last civilian transport from warping away. Watch your 6, Captain. They're bigger and badder than anything you've fought before.
Yeah, this might not go so well.
Captain, we can use electronic countermeasures, ECM, to break the battleship's lock on the civilian transport. Doing so means the battleship will be able to target only one thing. Us.
That's what this button here is. It's a taunt. As she says, when you click this, it taunts the enemy to fire at you. So let's do that now.
There is no other way to save those civilians. They are not capsuleers like you. Their deaths will be final. Yours will be a learning experience.
The camera somehow got stuck on that battleship. I had to click this stop looking at battleship button here to restore it. As you see, we're basically doing no damage to this battleship. That's the way it goes.
That's it. The final group of civilians has escaped. You've done good, Captain.
Hooray!
We're taking heavy fire, Commander Ferris. Once our ship is destroyed, the pod will soon follow. According to my calculations, our destruction is 99.99% certain.
These are negative effects being applied by the enemy. That's why they're red. Oh, we are gonna die.
Damn it. These bastards have me pinned down. I won't be able to reach you in time.
Oh no!
You fought well today, Captain. This is a warrior's death. Luckily for you, it will not be your last.
And we're back in our escape pod. They're gonna blow that up as well.
You are a capsuleer. For you, death is not an end. It is simply the beginning of a new adventure. As always, I will see you on the other side. Welcome back to the world of the living, Captain. I hope your death was not too uncomfortable. Your neural data has been transferred to a fresh clone body. But before you stretch your new legs, someone very important would like to meet you.
And this is where everyone else who skipped that first part of the tutorial is going to be joining us. Welcome aboard, everyone. This is where the new part of the tutorial begins.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Vesper Calatrix, Air's Vice President of Operations. Commander Ferris spoke highly of your courage under fire. You went out with quite the bang. Since your ship was destroyed in a blaze of glory, Air would like to provide you with a new one.
Very charitable.
I will enable your station services panel so that you may board the ship provided to you by Air.
Yes, please give me my user interface elements.
Try not to blow this one up so quickly, but if you do, you can acquire a new Corvette at any station.
As Aura says, at any station you can click aboard my Corvette and it will spawn a new rookie ship like this.
Your next adventure will hopefully prove less explosive. We have a lead on who attacked the cloning facility, and we want you to follow up on it. Considering your recent experience, you're the perfect pilot for the job. I've sent you a module that will help you on the next leg of your journey.
Captain, you can access objects currently stored at the station at which you are docked from your item hangar.
That would be this inventory button here.
A mining laser upgrade. A curious choice, Miss Calatrix. How will a mining module help our investigation?
A good question.
One of our agents in the field has intercepted a strange signal at one of our mining sites, but we're having trouble locating its source. We want you to investigate the signal, but if we're being watched, and I suspect we are, we don't want anyone to know we're onto them. You'll look just like another member of the mining fleet.
Duly noted, Miss Calatrix. Captain, you can fit the module to your ship by accessing the fitting window from the neocom.
That would be this button here.
Let's fit your new module in a free slot.
Now you just left click and drag it into place.
Now, bring the module online.
Now usually when you drag modules onto a ship fitting, they will be online and brightly coloured as these three are. Because they're online. This one has not automatically online, so let's attempt to online it and see why not.
It appears you do not currently possess the skill necessary to use this module. Hardly surprising. You still have much to learn.
Okay, because we haven't unlocked it yet.
Please direct your attention to the icon on the display that I have highlighted for you. You can add the missing skill to your training queue here.
Okay, as it says, when you mouse over this, it says you can't use one of the things that's on your ship, but you can add the skill to use it to your training queue, so we'll do that.
Now, access the skill window from the neocom.
That's this button here.
Skills are essential for all capsuleers in New Eden, as they serve as the primary measurement of one's growth. A more highly skilled pilot will be most formidable indeed.
Quite correct. As we see, the skill we have added is slowly ticking down in real time. So there's 1 hour, 6 minutes and 15 seconds. I hope it's not going to make us sit here watching this tick down for 1 hour, 6 minutes, 6 seconds. That would be the worst tutorial of any game ever.
Training a new skill takes time, as the neural pathways of your brain are rewired. The complexity of this rewiring can be measured through skill points. You have enough unallocated skill points to train the required skill. Do so now.
As she says, these unallocated skill points here are earned in a multitude of ways. I'm pretty sure this tutorial just gave them to us because it needs us to have them. Or you can do events, or you can buy skill injectors, and there's lots of other things and ways of getting them. And the way to apply them is that you just click this blue plus sign here, and it'll apply as many of your unallocated skill points to your entire training queue as the training queue can handle. So we'll click on it.
Now, all you have to do is confirm that you wish to use those skill points.
It says you're about to apply 978 of your 3,500 unallocated skill points to instantly finish training everything in the queue, which is just this one skill. So we'll click confirm.
The training required for your new module is complete.
Lovely.
Your skill queue is now empty.
I should point out that you can train skills while doing other things. It's a good strategy to always have something training. I guarantee other capsuleers will be doing just that. We wouldn't want you to fall behind your peers, would we?
Good point. It's always good to have something training in the training queue at all times, because it keeps running even when you're logged out, so it's always good to have it full.
To that end, I've sent the air skill plan to your AI. Normally, you would have received it as part of your capsuleer training program starter package, but your training was violently disrupted, to say the least.
Skill plans are groups of skills.
Miss Calatrix's advice is sound. You should always have a skill in training. Let's start with this new one, and may it be the first of many.
Before we click start training, you might want to click show skill plan contents. It shows you all the skills that are within this grouping. In this case, it's just Repair Systems 1 and Repair Systems 2. This is the progress towards it. This is a milestone. Milestones don't really do anything, it's just a reminder of what the skill plan unlocks. So as we see, in 16 minutes 40 seconds we will unlock the ability to use Small Armour Repairer 1, and this milestone just means we'll be finishing level 2 of repair systems. So we'll just click start training.
The more skills you acquire, the stronger you'll be. As you continue to grow as a capsuleer, you can adjust your skill acquisition to achieve your desired goals.
You see, with one click, we've added all the skills, well, all 2 of the skills in this particular plan, to the skill queue. Players can make their own skill plans, so they can be extremely long. So it's pretty cool. You can share them between other players and then click start training and instantly start a really long training scheme. Very handy thing they've added to the game.
Now, close the windows crowding your screen.
Yeah, let's get rid of this window.
Rather comical if you fail. Let us
And that
online
one.
your mining laser upgrade, now that you have the necessary skill to use it. You can do this from the fitting window.
Back to the fitting window.
Turn the module online.
And it's time to online the module.
Well done, Captain. You can now close the fitting window.
Looks like you're ready to roll, Captain. Our agent will rendezvous with you at the mining site. Keep your eyes open and watch your 6. This is New Eden, after all. You never know what danger is lurking around the next Stargate.
Miss Calatrix is right. Time is of the essence. I suspect something nefarious might be occurring at the air mining site. Undock from the station so we can begin our journey there.
Right, let's go. Ooh, pretty.
Captain, I have run several scenarios that could explain the mystery signal Air discovered at the mining site. According to my calculations, the probability that the situation is unrelated to the attack on the cloning facility is exceptionally small. 1 in 37 million to be exact. Let us make haste and walk to the site immediately.
Okay, so you just click on walk to location. I think you guys are going to like this mining site. It is truly something to see.
Warp drive active. The scale of Air's mining operation is rather impressive for such a young corporation. They must be remarkably well funded. It is little wonder that Miss Calatrix would suspect espionage. Further speculation will have to wait. We're being hailed by that orca.
You must be the fresh meat Vesper told me to expect. Elias Pelton's a name, mining's a game. But you're not just here to mine, are you?
What we have here is a refinery station. Now players can build, own and operate and generate tax income from these stations, and it works quite similar in the real life game as to how you saw it working in that little cutscene. In the real life game, they're anchored above moons. They use a giant laser to drill a huge chunk of the moon. They use a giant tractor beam to pull it into space, and then they fire the laser again and blow the moon chunk into mineable asteroids, very much like these ones we have surrounding us. Very cool.
We're here to assist in any way we can with locating the source of the unusual signal you've intercepted.
Unusual's one way of putting it. Pain in my ass is another. The signal's bouncing around these asteroids like a Fetto hopped up on a bad booster. Can't get a lock on its source with all these rocks in the way.
Miss Calatrix has outfitted us with a mining laser upgrade that should clear several of those rocks away.
Good old Vesper, always 10 steps ahead. Now, let's put that bad boy to use.
Okay, click the mining tab on the overview so we can see rocks instead of just stations and ships.
Best way to blend in is by getting your hands dirty with the crew. Some miners fly solo, but a project this big isn't exactly a one-man show. Sometimes the only way to get shit done is with a fleet. I bet this is the first time you mined with a crew. No offense or anything, you've just got that shiny new pod smell on you. Follow my lead and you'll be mining like a pro in no time. Let's start with that asteroid over there.
Okay, select the asteroid.
If your competence matches your confidence, we are in good hands indeed, Mr. Peltonen. Captain, let's approach the asteroid.
Approach the asteroid. Afterburner. I want to get in range sometime this
Please,
week.
call me Elias. Mr. Peltonen makes me feel like an old man. My old man, specifically. Miserable son of a bitch. Just about spat in my face when I left his crusty old Caldari corp to make my own way.
Sincerest apologies, Elias. Our first name basis shall commence immediately.
Good. I like to keep things informal here. Keeps morale up. This crew's full of people like me, following the siren song of sweet, sweet independence. Doesn't hurt that the money's good, too.
Captain, we're now within range of the asteroid. We should stop here.
Okay, let's stop the ship by clicking this.
Here we are. You ready to rock? Get it? Rock? Just a sprinkle of mining humor for you. Lock onto that asteroid, Captain.
Okay, mining works very much the same way as combat. Instead of locking enemy ships and firing your weapon laser at them, you lock asteroids and fire your mining laser at them. Very, very easy.
Now is the time to activate your miner module, Captain. The length of the module's activity, most commonly known as a mining cycle, will impact the amount of ore you collect. For now, I recommend allowing the module to run in full cycles to obtain the highest yield possible.
Oh, we'll turn it on.
There's something spectacular about a fresh asteroid, isn't there? Play your cards right and that giant hunk of rock becomes a giant pile of riches.
You can view your very own pile of rocks, as Elias puts it, in your cargo hold. It's actually ore, not rocks, but I assume Elias is resorting to basic linguistic wordplay, a very human tendency.
Okay, we'll check on how much we've mined.
It might not look like much, but that's not just a pile of ore. It's a pile of possibilities. You can sell it, refine it, trade it. The choice is yours. Now, time to quit ogling your inventory. This asteroid's almost dry.
And
Harvesting
there it
resources
goes.
is one of the best ways to earn money in New Eden. And if you're gonna make it as a capsuleer, the one thing you gotta know is that money is king. Hell, with enough ISK, you'll be able to buy yourself a sweet ride like that venture over there. That's one down. And now, on to the next.
You know, the career agents actually give you 2 of these ventures for free, so
Follow me, Captain, and stick close.
so he's getting all enthusiastic for no reason. We'll just lock it up from distance. See, mining laser, maximum range 10 kilometers. It works the same whether you are at 10 kilometers or 0 kilometers, so as soon as we get within 10, we'll just stop the ship and start mining. The rest of the fleet's there already. They're much faster than us. Wonder if the station's gonna fire another laser beam. Go on. Go on, fire. Do something.
Just like that last asteroid.
Yes, I know what I'm doing.
Looks like you're a natural at this. Keep it up, and Vesper will be offering you my job soon.
Elias, are there any words of wisdom you find particularly valuable for new miners?
Oh, man, where to start? First off, you gotta know the difference between raw ore and refined minerals. What we're doing right now is mining ore in its raw state. For someone just learning the ropes, selling that ore is the quickest way to make ISK. But you can also reprocess ore into minerals. Take titanium, for example. You can't find that stuff in the wild. You've got to get your hands on some raw ore, like feldspar, and then refine it into titanium. You can sell those minerals or use them to build your own ships or equipment. You can find refineries at most stations. Experienced miners get way more efficient yields from their ore, so that's something you can work towards.
Another asteroid successfully depleted. The signal strength is increasing. I've isolated...
We better close in on that rock, then.
2 out of 3 rocks gone. 1 more to go. And we can hear the signal.
Is exceptionally strong in this location. Let's stop the ship here.
You can break this baby apart using your civilian miner.
Alright, let's investigate.
Just like that. We can whittle away at this asteroid without damaging whatever's broadcasting that signal.
It won't be too long now.
Holy shit. I think we just found what we're looking for.
A cloaked ship. A destroyed cloaked ship.
The signal source appears to be that wrecked frigate. This particular model is a Dramiel. Most notably, it bears a striking resemblance to the ships that attacked the cloning facility. Let's prepare to take a closer look.
Okay, so we're switching back from the mining tab to the general tab.
Well, we're not going to get any solid answers all the way over here. Let's move in.
Okay, left click on the target and click approach.
The signal is strongest in the vicinity of the Dramiel's cargo hold.
Okay, so we're being told to open the cargo.
I do love the feeling of striking gold. Go and grab whatever it is.
Okay, and we just click loot all to transfer everything in the wreck into our ship inventory.
It appears to be a black box, a device designed to survive the destruction of the vessel carrying it. Such boxes can be used to record vital flight data, but also to store valuable items.
That's nice and all, but can you open it?
Negative, Elias. Captain, the box is protected by multiple layers of encryption. While it's theoretically possible to hack into such a container, you will need significantly more training in that skill before attempting such a feat.
Don't think it's safe to crack it open here anyway. Where there's smoke, there's fire. One scout ship might mean they got friends lurking nearby. If we could trace that signal, so could someone else. Better get the box and whatever's in it back to Vesper. She'll know what to do.
Okay, so we're being told to select our home station. That's the one with the little house icon.
Elias is correct, Captain. The box may contain the answers we need to discover why those unidentified ships attacked the cloning facility, and why one was spying on this mining site.
I'm going to click a line.
I don't want you out there alone. I'll send some of my best pilots back with you. Safety in numbers and all that.
Well-armed company will be most welcome.
I wanted us to align so it could do a fleet warp with
If
this
someone
guy
went to the trouble of
and this
protecting
guy.
whatever's in that box, it must be something valuable. I bet whoever sent that scout ship will be real salty that we got our hands on it. Stay sharp, Captain.
Let's dock at the station. I'm certain Vesper is more than eager to see what we've found. Skill training completed.
So click on the station and then dock. Back once again.
Welcome back, Captain. Elias tells me you've brought a gift.
Indeed we have, Miss Calatrix. And this gift comes wrapped in several layers of complex encryption.
I'll pass that box along to our expert hackers. If they can't crack it open, no one can. Thank you for finding it. Air is once again in your debt.
Give me another new ship then, go on.
Elias also informs me that you're carrying a fair amount of ore. We can take that off your hands in exchange for some ISK. Mind if I take a look?
This is going to take us through the selling process.
Captain, open your ship's cargo hold, so Miss Calatrix can see what you've mined.
This is the nested inventory tree. In my mind, this nested inventory tree causes more problems to new players than anything else in the game. It confuses the heck out of them and it really shouldn't be by default, but that's how it is.
In order to sell the ore, you must first transfer it from the cargo hold to your item hanger.
So, left click it and drag it and drop it into the item hanger.
Now, let's switch over to the item hanger.
Items cannot be sold directly from your ship's cargo, they have to be sold from station item hangars.
Select the ore to see what you can do with it.
Right click. Well, the only options we have are to view market details. Not that any of them are actually lighting up, so we'll just do sell.
In this instance, we want to sell it to Miss Calatrix.
This is extremely simplified. I have done lots of guides on this channel about how the market works, but this is good enough for a tutorial, I suppose. So we're selling 114 units, we're getting 250 per unit. Do some fancy maths, and that's 28,500 ISK we would get, minus a sales tax of 8%, so we actually get 26,220 ISK when we click sell, which we're going to do right now.
That's a nice haul you've got there. I've transferred the ISK to your wallet. I think you'll find I've been more than generous.
Let's have a look at this.
In your wallet, you can view the total balance of ISK in your possession. Your recent market transactions will show you how much. The highlighted entry shows how much money you received from Air in exchange. The wallet offers a wealth of information. It provides a convenient location to view your recent transactions, track your market history, or audit your accounts.
As she says, we sold 114 units of nephrite at 250 ISK a unit, which is 28.5, but we know we didn't get that much.
Whenever an item is sold in New Eden, a tax is applied to that sale. The market entry displays your most recent transaction tax.
Because we paid 2,280 ISK in tax.
Once you've finished gazing at your newfound riches, close your wallet and inventory. It's time we turned our attention to a more pressing issue. The mysterious box we discovered at the mining site.
Right, close this, close this.
Captain, I trust you'll keep quiet about the wrecked scout ship. So long as whoever was spying on us hasn't realized we found it, Air will have the upper hand. As good as they are, it'll take some time for my team to hack through the encryptions on the box. You might as well use this time to explore what New Eden has to offer. Have you checked out the agency yet? It's the best way to find things to do.
So, the agency is your one-stop shop for all player versus environment activities.
Miss Calatrix is right, Captain. In the agency, you'll be able to peruse a variety of activities, many of which will help you grow as a capsuleer.
Lots of stuff to choose from.
If mining tickled your fancy, as the saying goes, you might be interested in viewing the agency's dedicated resource hub. As you can see, there are a variety of options available to you. If you enjoyed your time mining with Elias, you might find asteroid belts and ore anomalies worthy of pursuit.
You won't find ore anomalies in high security space, they were all removed. If you want to find these, you're going to have to go to low-sec, null-sec, or wormholes.
Elias spoke highly of your knack for mining, almost as highly as Balin did of your prowess in combat. It's clear you've got potential, Captain. I can put you in touch with a few people who can help you grow that potential into something great. You can find them in the agency under Career Agents.
This is essentially the end of the tutorial. At the minute we don't know what happens to this black box because this part of the tutorial has only been introduced today, and what it's going to do now is signpost us towards a Career Agents.
I suggest you take a moment to familiarize yourself with what each career agent has to offer. They specialize in various forms of combat, industry, and exploration. Missions provided by career agents offer a variety of rewards, including new skills, ships, modules, and money in the form of ISK, making them both lucrative and educational.
The Career Agents are still worth doing. They do, as she said, give you ships and modules and money, but they're showing their age now. They have not been updated in a very long time. Some of the stuff they tell you to do is completely incorrect and broken, but I've covered that in previous videos as well. So that will bring us to the end of this video, because all that Aura is going to do is tell us to go and talk to these guys, and that links up to the other videos I've already done on this channel. So that was the new second part of the AIR new player experience tutorial. I quite like the mining bit. Nothing that is said is completely incorrect. The new mining site looks absolutely stupendous, and I can't wait to see what CCP give us as the next part of this. Hopefully they're going to update these absolutely appalling career agents, or replace them completely with an extended version of the AIR thing. They're doing great work with this new player experience, but they need to be pushing it a lot faster. It's taken about 6 months to get to where we are just now, and that's not fast enough. I'll leave you with that, and until we meet again, take very good care of yourselves. I'll talk to you again soon.